Today we're going to jump into a story that's like super old, but also like crazy relevant, even now. We're talking about the book of Exodus, the first chapter. It's the start of the whole Israelite journey. And man, it gets intense right away.
Oh, yeah. Right from the start, you've got these major power struggles, resistance, and even some would say a little divine intervention. It's all there.
So like, just to set the scene, we're in ancient Egypt, right? And the Israelites, they've been living there for a while.
Right. They've actually been thriving, which is part of the problem.
Yeah, their population is booming. And the new Pharaoh, he's not exactly thrilled about it.
Nope. He's kind of freaked out, actually. He doesn't seem to remember Joseph or how the Israelites helped Egypt out back in the day. All he sees is this huge growing group of people who are different from him.
So it's like their success is actually what gets them into trouble.
Exactly. It's a classic case of the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know what I mean?
Totally. Like you see this same kind of dynamic happening throughout history.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you have a rapid demographic shift, it often makes the folks in power nervous, you know? Fear of being outnumbered, fear of losing control. It can lead to some pretty messed up stuff.
It makes you think about how we deal with those kinds of changes today, right?
For sure. Like, how do we as societies react to a changing world? Do we embrace diversity or do we let fear call the shots?
And in this case, Pharaoh goes full-on fear mode.
Yeah, he goes straight to oppression. He figures the best way to handle the Israelites is to basically crush them.
So he enslaves them, forces them into hard labor, and starts building these massive storage cities, Pithom and Rameses.
Those cities were more than just practical, you know? They were like giant monuments to Pharaoh's power.
Yeah.
It was his way of trying to put the Israelites in their place, literally and figuratively.
Like some serious social engineering.
Oh, totally. It's like textbook social engineering. The whole idea of manipulating a population to get a specific outcome.
But here's the thing, right? Pharaoh's plan totally backfired.
Big time. Instead of shrinking, the Israelite population just keeps growing.
It's like the harder he squeezes, the stronger they get.
Exactly. Oppression can have some seriously unintended consequences. You try to control a group of people, and it can actually make them more resilient, more unified.
And you see that happening time and time again throughout history.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Think about how attempts to suppress certain religions or ideas often end up spreading them even further.
So Pharaoh's plan A, oppression isn't working. So he decides to take things up a notch.
And by up a notch, I mean he goes straight for the most vulnerable. He orders the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, to kill all the newborn boys.
Talk about a dark turn.
It's a horrifying tactic, but sadly not uncommon throughout history. Targeting children is a way to try and wipe out future generations and terrorize the present one.
But these midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, they were incredibly brave. They disobeyed Pharaoh, directly putting their own lives at risk.
It's a powerful testament to their faith. They feared God more than they feared an earthly king.
And they were smart about it too.
Oh, incredibly so. Their excuse that Hebrew women were so strong they gave birth before the midwives could even get there, it was brilliant.
A perfect blend of defiance and quick thinking.
Reminds me of other acts of civil disobedience throughout history, you know? Like Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat on the bus. Small actions that challenge a system and spark huge change.
What are some other examples that come to mind for you?
Well, I mean, the list goes on, really. But thinking about this particular time in history, I'm reminded of the prophets who spoke out against the injustices of their day. They were risking their lives to challenge the status quo.
It's incredible to think about these women standing up to the most powerful person in Egypt.
Their courage paved the way for even greater resistance. But Pharaoh, he doesn't back down easily. He takes things even further.
He issues a terrifying decree. All Hebrew baby boys are to be thrown into the Nile. He's basically trying to wipe out an entire generation.
It's a chilling escalation of violence, and it brings up the question of divine intervention.
Like, was God somehow orchestrating these events, ensuring the survival of the Israelites despite Pharaoh's brutality?
Or is this a story about the strength of the human spirit, the ability to resist even the most horrific oppression?
It's a question that has resonated for centuries. It really makes you think about the role of fate, free will, and divine influence in history.
Absolutely. It forces us to confront those big existential questions.
So we're left with Pharaoh's chilling order hanging in the air. We've seen the devastating effects of fear and the inspiring power of courage and resilience.
But the story doesn't end there.
Nope. How will the Israelites respond to this new threat? What will happen next? Well, for that, we'll have to dive into chapter 2.
Can't wait to see what happens next. This is where things really start to get interesting.
Absolutely. This is just the beginning of the Exodus story.
And it's a story that continues to speak to us today.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and resistance can prevail.
And that even the most powerful empires can be challenged by the courage of ordinary people.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Exodus chapter 1. And be sure to tune in next time as we continue our journey through this epic tale. Until then, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep exploring the ancient stories that still resonate with us today.